For those who started preparing for their PMP, they know certainly that the PMP exam is going to change starting from July 19th, 2026. And for instructors like me, who are already having materials and courses about PMP, they are starting to update their resources as well to be aligned with the new PMP exam. I have already started the updating of my resources. And when I started doing that, I discovered new great things already. I have also discovered downsides as well compared to the current exam. In this video, I'm going to share with you my biggest disappointment when it comes to the new PMP exam. And hopefully PMI try to fix that or be clear about it, so the new PMP aspirants don't be in a position of misunderstanding and ambiguity, like it happens to me. So let's go deeper to the topic. The current version of the PMP is based on the ECO exam content outline of 2021. And the duration of the exam is 230 minutes, and there are 2 breaks. The first break is after the question 60, and the second break is after the question 120. So you are taking the exam in 3 equal parts. You take 60 questions, then you take a break, then you go through another 60 questions, you take a break, then you go through another 60 questions. And students find these breaks very helpful because they can get some refreshments, go to the restroom, and then come back with a new energy and continue their exam. After all, the goal is to give the students good conditions so they can take the test and prove that they have the knowledge and the performance that lets them to be a PMP certified. And that was great. With the upcoming changes, first PMI changed the breaks to 5 minutes. There are a lot of complaints, and quickly PMI restored the 10 minutes breaks, and that's great. Now I want PMI to listen to us again and try to fix this thing that I am mentioning in a moment. When I decided to create a video about the new time management for the new exam, went through the exam content outline 2026, and I go to the PMP certification exam information. As you can see, there are 240 minutes for the whole exam. Previously, it was 230 minutes. Now it was 240 minutes. It's fine since there are additional time minutes. It's not a big difference compared to the current version, so it's completely fine. And if we understand that there are a new type of questions, which are the scenario-based questions, then this change really makes sense because the scenario-based questions require more time, and therefore if we add 10 minutes to the whole exam, that's completely fine. Now let's go to the second part, which is the breaks. When I read the paragraph related to the breaks, you can see here that for the PMP certification exam, there are 2 10-minute breaks in the exam. That's great. But look here, the first break occurs after the case study section, and the second break occurs approximately midway through the independent question portion of the exam. So here I'm asking myself, how many case study questions? Is it supposed to be 60 case study questions? That's too much actually. And I think it is not. Is it 20 case study questions? It is not mentioned anywhere here. So I was thinking why it is not clear when the break is coming in the exam. So I went back to the internet, check for information, whether I can find additional information so that I can share with the students. And surprisingly, I spent like more than an hour searching and found nothing until finding someone who took the pilot exam. And that person shared their experience and said that they have took 10 questions, 2 scenario-based questions, and each of the case studies, there are 5 questions. So we are in 2 case studies and 5 questions, and after that, they get an invitation for a break. They skip the break because they are not expecting a break too early, and then continue with the exam until reaching around 95 questions. And then a second invitation to take the break, and then they take the break, and afterwards they continue with the rest of the exam. And when they shared about their experience, other students also confirmed that they are confused when they get the invitation for break too early. And it's really annoying here because you just started the exam, you are super motivated, and then a break, It's not expected and it is too early, so it is not appreciated by students, and it will not be as productive as it used to be when it was after 60 questions. So here I find that there are 2 issues with the new exam. The first issue, that the ECU is not clear. If we check the ECU of the 2021, it was super clear. After 60 questions, you get a break. Here, it's not obvious. We don't know how many case study scenario. Maybe that student shared that there are 2 case studies and 10 questions, then they get a break. What if there are another set of the PMP that they have 3 case studies? So you should expect a break after 15 questions, for example. And what if the case study does not have 5 questions? Maybe it have 3 or 4 questions. So it's not clear, and therefore this creates ambiguity, and I really hope from PMI that they clarify this. I know from the ACP, Agile Certified Practitioners, the case studies are not at the beginning of the exam. You find them throughout the whole exam. So probably you get 2 questions, 3 questions as case studies. So probably you can get 2 or 3 case studies, and those case studies, you can get them randomly. So I really think that if we have this on the PMP too, it will be great, and we keep the breaks after 60 questions so the students can benefit from them much more. So that's the thing that I see should be fixed, and I hope that PMI addresses this as soon as possible. And you can contribute to, you can share this video so it could reach to PMI as well. If you are still watching this video, it means that we are having this time management setting for the new exam. But if PMI changed their mind and fixed that, and I hope really so, then I will remove this video from YouTube and I will make another video that explaining the time management in the new PMP exam.